Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. You can call me Elle, and this is my perspective. Sorry about my background, y'all. Okay, so this video is going to be heavily censored by me, right? I know how to speak in code, but I'm going to try to speak in a way that everyone can understand what I'm saying, but I'm still going to heavily censor myself. So we already know that in the United States, there are a lot of critical positions that are being retired. And the people who are in those positions are being removed from those positions, right? Um, if you know anything about a critical employee, they hold a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, a lot of everything. I used to be one of those critical employees, right? And so if you can imagine that these critical people are being removed from a lot of different facets of life. Like let's just take the people who are in the towers and be like, okay, traffic is clear. You can do this, or traffic is not clear. I need you to circle, whatever the case is. Imagine that those people are missing, right? Not there, whatever the case is. They're not going to be replaced, whatever. I don't know. But let's just take this situation scenario, right? Now let's take another situation that, there are probably going to be some people who may inspect certain forms of transportation that are no longer going to be able to inspect certain forms of transportation, right? And so you start looking at all the different things. Like, um, let's just say it like that. And then a couple of days ago, someone left a comment and they were like, "Hey, I heard that my monthly check may be ending, but I'm not sure." What's that? And yeah, just imagine, I'm dead serious, guys, but imagine all the different things. You have to weigh your pros and cons. And if you are someone who is looking, you're like, you know what, um I'm not too sure about this. That may be your sign, right? Y'all have heard about the story where somebody was, this is a fake story, but y'all have heard the little story about the person who was in the hurricane, right? They were told to evacuate, they didn't. And then it was like um, it was flooding. And so the boat came and it was like, hey, we got you. Come on, let's go. And they were like, nah, I'm good. And then they was up in the tree and a helicopter came and it was just like, yeah, I'm still good. And so then they died and it was just like, God, why didn't you come save me? And it was just like, bruh, like, pay attention, like, see what's up, like, y'all. So if you are someone who's just like, you know what, I'm feeling some kind of way, um, go with your feeling, right? I'm gonna say go with your feeling. If you are someone who is, on a budget, I will say this. Look at your budget and look at your budget where you are right now. Look at your budget and compare it to being in other countries, right? I'm not saying to pick the top European countries or, whatever, where it's going to be like out the wazoo. But I'm saying, yeah, I'm seriously saying, look at another space, right? Look at another space, and it could be in another country where you are able to take a break, right? You're able to go, you're able to live, and that living is not going to take every penny that you have for the month. And it can just allow you to get that break. And I do not care how old you are. I do not care if you are getting a monthly check or not, that may end. You can be in a space where it can be like, okay, let me get some more ideas flowing and see how I can make money for myself, right? You do not have to continue to wait on a monthly check that may or may not end, right? The other thing that I want to make sure that you understand, y'all, for decades, I have had this mindset that if you believe it, it is. Right. And so what I want to say with that is if you believe that you have no options and your back is up against the wall, you have no options and your back is up against the wall. If you are someone who's just like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna get out of here, then that's your thing, right? For y'all who know, again, I've said it a gazillion times. I moved over 18 times. I just stopped counting, but I know it was over 18 times back in the uh what was that, maybe 2020 or something like that, but it was over 18 times back then. And we all know I've moved several times since then. But there were a lot of times when I did not have a job going from this state to this state. no job, no income coming in, right? But when I say I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, right? I do not look at the, oh man, like I can't do it. My back is against the wall and I have no income coming in. I have no prospects or anything in this next state. Like that is not how I play, right? I'm just like, it's time to go. Let's go and see what it do when I get there, right? Um, and so again, just remember, if you feel and you firmly believe that you have no options, that you have no money, that you're not gonna make it, then guys, that's exactly what it is. Like, stop looking at videos. Like, you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna do anything, and your back is up against the wall. So, I'm speaking to those of you who know better. The other thing that I want to say is I have been speaking to other people, and I'm like, hey, so you hear the situation, what's up? And there are some people who's just like, like I said in the hurricane situation scenario that was fake, guys. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna ride it out. Okay, sit there and ride it out. There are other people who, they have the same mindset as me. Like we didn't even have the whole background conversation, but they were just like, you know what? I'm going to drive to where I need to get to. So that narrows down where people are going because they're going to drive there. Because again, you have to consider if you are removing and people are no longer in said positions, again, I'm not there, so I don't know what's going on, but am I going to put my life into that ish? But if you are removing people who are in some of these critical positions, do I want to be flying? Or am I okay to drive? And then, guys, once you get to one of those places where you're okay to drive, then you can hop a flight and you can go somewhere, right? There is so many different options, but like I said, if you come in with the mindset of I have no options, then you have no options. If you come in and you're like, no, I'm gonna make this happen, then I'm gonna make this happen. And if you come across somebody like me, highly creative. Like there are no end to the options, right? Because we are highly creative. We gonna make that thing do what it do, right? If I want to be on the other side of the world, I'm gonna be on the other side of the world. If I cannot fly, if I choose to not fly because I feel some kind of way now about flying, then I'm going to drive. And once I get on the other side and I see how y'all are doing y'all's things, then I can hop a flight, right? The most common thing to do though would be to research where you're going, right? Do not do not do the thing where you drive somewhere and it's just like, ah man, like they air stuff is worse than where I'm leaving. Like, don't do that. Like, do your research. But I'm serious, yeah. Um, there are so many things that can happen to people on a regular and a normal basis. But your mindset is everything, y'all. I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record. Your mindset is everything. If you think you can't, you can't. If you feel you can't, you can't. If you know you can't, you can't. Right? You have to change your mindset. Like, and on top of that, like, who wants you and mm, um your your messed up mindset going to another country? Like, don't nobody want that mess. You keep that stuff in the United States, right? Fix your mindset before you go anywhere. And I'm so serious. When you can get into situations where you are less stressed and more able to just kind of relax in things. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can be getting your monthly check, but you can bump into someone that's creative and you can be like, okay, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do to make my money from this place right here. And you can make some money, right? And so if someone does cut your check, you have your own income that's coming in from a completely different source. So I hope that makes sense. I really do want to kind of just spread hope to people to let you know two things. First of all, if you're getting that inkling that you may need to jump ship, guys. If you are not getting that at all, then don't jump. I mean, if you're not feeling it, then just be like, okay, they tripping over nothing. It's completely up to you. Everyone has their own thing. But the other thing is if you are feeling like, things are dwindling, make sure you work on your mindset and you're like, things may be dwindling here, but once I get to here, then I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna have the space and opportunity, right? But again, weigh your pros and cons if you are someone who is on the wall and you're like, man, like I'm thinking I might need to leave, but I'm not sure. Like again, weigh your pros and cons. I will say this as well, from experience. Sometimes moving is scary, right? Sometimes moving is scary, especially if you don't have the funds coming in that may be able to support you or keep you on your feet and things like that. But again, y'all, from my experiences in just living life, money can come from any and everywhere, right? It can come from so many different sources and things. You just have to have that mindset that, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to be in a different space. I need to be in a different place, and I'm gonna go at all cost, And once I get to wherever I'm going, things are gonna be better, And so I am someone who has lived both of those things. Of course, you know, again, like I said, in all of my moves, all of them were not set up in golden. Some of them were just like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this place, and I gotta go. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Again, I can go on, but I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, y'all put it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will chat with y'all later. Have a happy Friday, a great Friday, and I'll chat with y'all later. Bye, y'all.